And Conor McGregor can say what he wants, but he won't fight me either. So once I knock out Mike Perry, Conor McGregor, let's run it. But you won't do it because you know what's going to happen. You saw what I did to Nate Diaz, who you went toe-to-toe with. So Conor McGregor, lay off the cocaine, get in the gym, and start winning fights, and then maybe we could have a conversation.
While on a podcast with Logan Paul, Jake Paul confidently claimed Conor McGregor avoided fighting him out of fear. Jake suggested that McGregor knows he's too strong, portraying himself as a dominant force. The bold statement adds fuel to their rivalry, though McGregor hasn't directly responded to the accusation.
To each other, and it feels like you or I are trying to take from one another.
When it's convenient for you, we're brothers, but then when it's not, you do the exact opposite of like, we're completely separate, so like I'm going to do what I'm going to do as well.
Is Jake subtly insulting his brother, implying he's the weaker option? Or is he so self-obsessed that he genuinely believes people make decisions solely to avoid his imaginary dominance? It's unclear whether this reflects arrogance, insecurity.
Why doesn't he just get in the ring with you?
But that's what I was saying is he's on Twitter, he's on his yacht, he's on cocaine, but he's not in the ring with me.
Here's the truth. Conor McGregor has dominated the fight world for 16 years. He doesn't need to throw a punch to trend. His cauliflower ear alone could outshine Jake's entire fight reel. Still, credit to Jake for unmatched audacity. Let's break down this spectacle, shall we?
McGregor making headlines, but not for an octagon return. So the rumors of a bout are false. I'm in preliminary agreements with the Ambani family to face Logan Paul in a boxing exhibition in India. I've agreed I will then seek my return to the octagon.
Conor McGregor just announced a blockbuster boxing exhibition against Logan Paul, set to take place in India. The event is backed by the billionaire Ambani family, known for their grand ventures. But that's not all. Jake Paul, always eager for the spotlight, has inserted himself into the narrative as the self-proclaimed voice of, well, Jake Paul. With big names, massive stakes, and unexpected twists, this spectacle promises to grab headlines and redefine the world of high-profile boxing entertainment.
And Conor McGregor can say what he wants, but he won't fight me either, so...
As soon as Jake heard the big announcement, he jumped into action, doing what he does best, stirring the pot. Conor's washed, he declared nonchalantly, as if discussing the weather. Then, with dramatic flair, he added, he needs the pause for relevance. Why settle for a jab when you can land a full uppercut?
Obviously, I don't think he's ready to be back in the UFC. I think he will get his ass kicked thoroughly.
Yep.
These fighters are elite. They take this very seriously. And their definition of being in shape and ready to fight isn't bloating themselves up with muscles and looking good in the mirror.
Let's give the guy credit. He's got a point beneath all the bravado. McGregor, once the undisputed king of fighting, hasn't delivered meaningful wins in years. Jake argues Conor's holding onto a fading reputation, more relic than reality, like a cheap tattoo losing its luster.
It's my life. Your life is your life. I'm going to take these opportunities. When we as brothers no longer become additive to each other, and it feels like you or I are trying to take from one another.
But when it's convenient for you, we're brothers, but then when it's not, you do the exact opposite of like, we're completely separate, so like I'm going to do what I'm going to do as well.
The real head-scratcher is why Conor McGregor chose Logan Paul of all people. Logan's boxing record isn't exactly intimidating, it's more like a TikTok dance challenge. Jake Paul has a theory. McGregor is playing it safe, avoiding risks, and choosing the easiest opponent to secure a win without much effort.
He's on cocaine, but he's not in the ring with me. And so until he does that, I don't want to hear any more shit.
Wait, what was what's the injury again? He broke a toe?
Jake Paul didn't stop at just one mic drop. He hit back with a bold counterclaim. According to Jake, Conor McGregor initially wanted to fight him, not Logan. But somewhere along the way, McGregor allegedly backed out. Why? Jake claims it's because Conor lacks the grit, skills, and confidence to face him, describing him as all talk, an empty whiskey bottle, and a shadow of past glory. Instead, McGregor chose Logan, a decision Jake waved off as irrelevant.
Yeah, he's a broken man, but he's entertaining, and that's why I still like Conor McGregor. But
no, he's the most entertaining.
Well, yeah,
no,
but
he's the most entertaining.
And so is Ryan Garcia, but they're both crashed out cokeheads.
Come on, there's a big difference.
Jake didn't just hurl insults and walk away. He set the stage for a showdown that could redefine hype. He laid down a bold challenge, calling out Conor McGregor and the UFC's Dana White to make it official. No shady deals, just big money, bright lights, and high stakes. Jake's move is a masterstroke, putting the ball squarely in McGregor's court. If Conor still claims to be the king, why not step up? Unless, as Jake suggests, McGregor might not be ready for a real fight. The challenge is on. Will McGregor rise to it?
Pure entertainment.
Yeah.
It's an exhibition. It isn't Jake Paul training with professional boxers, essentially being a professional boxer, but getting in the ring with non-boxers or geriatrics.
Conor McGregor's last significant win came in January 2020 with a flashy 40-second knockout of Donald Cerrone. Since then, his career has hit a rough patch. In 2021, McGregor faced Dustin Poirier twice, suffering back-to-back losses. The trilogy bout ended disastrously when McGregor broke his leg in the first round, sidelining him for over 3 years. Once a dominant force in MMA, McGregor has struggled to return to the winner's circle, leaving fans questioning whether the notorious one can recapture his former glory.
Not only that, Michael Chandler has been calling him out forever. Desperately wants his hands on Conor McGregor because he knows that would be a big fight, obviously, and it's something that he wants, and that hasn't happened yet. We haven't seen Conor McGregor win a fight. I mean, he beat Donald Cerrone, Cowboy Cerrone. Cerrone looked like a deer in headlights, as I pointed out that night.
McGregor's highly anticipated UFC comeback in June 2024 was shattered when he pulled out just 2 weeks before the fight. Fans were buzzing, the media hype was immense, but suddenly, nothing. No explanation, no reschedule. This adds another mystery to a career that's becoming more of a puzzle than a legacy. Jake Paul quickly seized the opportunity, calling McGregor out and labeling him as unreliable, detached from the sport he once dominated. Paul's quick response paints McGregor as out of touch, further fueling the rivalry between the two.
Once I knock out Mike Perry, Conor McGregor, let's run it, but you won't do it because you know what's going to happen. You saw what I did to Nate Diaz, who you went toe-to-toe with. So Conor McGregor, lay off the cocaine, get in the gym, and start winning fights, and then maybe we could have a conversation.
Say what you will about Jake, but he's not just staying relevant, he's thriving. Jake's headlined major events, taken on legitimate opponents, and delivered. Remember his knockout of Ben Askren in 2021 or his tough fight with Anderson Silva in 2022. And his recent victory over Mike Tyson in 2024. Jake's not just in the game, he's dominating it. Meanwhile, McGregor's legacy is starting to feel like a dusty old trophy, forgotten and gathering dust on a shelf that no one pays attention to anymore.
Stop fighting people that ain't on your level. That's not right. Enough of that. He said, true, I know I got stuff to prove. I got to get in there. Enough of that. Yeah. This is not what Logan Paul's doing. Logan Paul's an entertainer who's gotten in the ring a few times, but he's an entertainer. Conor McGregor is not a boxer. He just got...
Logan Paul's boxing record may look impressive at first glance, but it's far from solid. His 2019 draw with KSI and exhibition match against Floyd Mayweather in 2021 were more about spectacle than true competition. Logan's resume is thin, making him an ideal opponent for Conor McGregor, who can't afford another loss. For McGregor, this fight isn't about facing a real challenge, it's about playing it safe. The focus is on protecting his legacy rather than taking a risk with a more dangerous opponent.
All the wrong reasons, and then now to return for this, I just feel like it hurts his legacy.
Well, wait a minute. He ain't think about no damn legacy. He ain't come back to the States. His brother in India. You know what I'm saying? They ain't think about any of that stuff. I'm just saying, they're not thinking about it in India. He going to get the money.
Jake didn't hold back, claiming Logan beats McGregor however he wants, dismissing the upcoming fight as a mere exhibition. For Jake, this isn't about competition, it's McGregor desperately trying to stay relevant, like a guy clutching the last slice of pizza at a party. McGregor's actions, according to Jake, seem calculated but desperate. His legal troubles go back to 2018 when he was found liable for assaulting a woman named Nikita Hand at a Dublin hotel. This wasn't a small scandal, it made headlines. Since then, McGregor's personal life has been riddled with controversy, assaults, outbursts, and questionable tweets. It seems like McGregor is more focused on causing chaos than on his career.
What they're deciding in...
I don't know if he cares. I don't know if he cares.
He doesn't.
I don't think he cares.
You don't think it hurts his legacy?
I don't think he cares.
No, I'm asking you. Do you think it...
I think his legacy has been hurt, Shannon, over the last few years getting his ass kicked.
Jake Paul is taking things up a notch, drawing a clear line in the sand. If Conor McGregor wants to cross it, Dana White and the UFC need to get involved. By dragging the UFC into the equation, Jake isn't just increasing the stakes, he's highlighting McGregor's current struggles. Here's the twist, if McGregor hesitates, Jake has already planted the seed of doubt, creating a sense of fear. Now, let's talk about fear. It's not something we usually associate with McGregor, the man who built an empire on fearlessness. But Jake is flipping the script, questioning why someone like McGregor, once the ultimate risk-taker, would shy away from a UFC fight with him. Jake's simple answer: McGregor doesn't want the smoke. After a rough few years marked by injuries, losses, and legal troubles, McGregor can't afford a fight that might expose how far his star has fallen. The fear is real, and Jake is making sure everyone knows it. Jake Paul isn't just talk, his track record speaks volumes. Love him or hate him, he's shaking up the fight world in ways that leave purists frustrated and fans captivated.
I'm going to. He said he's a striker. He's used to clipping people. He said, I'm going to be in his chest. He's going to have to push me off and then swing. He said, plus he's going to have to circle around backwards to gain leverage to punch. He said by about the third or fourth round, his legs are going to be gone and he'll be target practice. He said, I'll keep him around until like the 8th or the 9th round for entertainment purposes, and then I'll finish.